Okay, so I'm out here at Gothenburg, Nebraska looking at our soybean planting date demo and want to talk a little bit about what's going to happen in soybeans in the next 10 days. So right now it's June 19th, and so on June 21st is the summer solstice, the longest day of the year. So at that point, soybeans, since they're photoperiod sensitive, get a trigger that tells them it's time to flip over and start reproductive stage, okay? So if we look at these two planting dates that I have here in this plot, on my right is our early planted soybeans on April 22nd. On the left, we were planted about a month later on May 19th. So about a month separating those planting dates, and let's look at what difference it made in those plant structure and development right now. So on that early planted soybean, we've got roughly a V7, V8 soybean across this area. So pretty far along, we've got good nodulation, the plants are developing nicely. The late planted soybeans get a little floppy here, but as we go through this and stage it, I've got a V4, maybe V5 soybean going on here in this late planted soybean demonstration, okay? So as I mentioned, soybeans being photoperiod sensitive, on the 21st, they flip over and start doing reproductive. So it's very common thinking, people say, okay, after the 21st, I'll start finding flowers in my field. And that's not always the case. We can actually find flowers on early planted soybeans before the June 21st deadline time comes around. So right here on this early planted soybean, I can already find a flower showing up here on June 19th. So we've got flowers on the main stem. So technically this is an R1 soybean, where the late planted soybeans, we're not finding any flowers yet. So over the next 10 days, we'll be passing into that stage where the flowers should start popping up. We should start seeing those in our plants and be ready for that R1 stage, and then shortly after we'll get to R2, and that's a critical time when we start thinking about post-fertilizer, higher management activities that we want to do on these soybeans. So something to keep in mind. Get out and look at your fields and see if you can find some flowers.